Hey guys, it's Snail Along here and welcome to Rebuild to Riches episode 18. This time, some more God Balls bosses. So War Priest of Bandos, my luck with War Priest is amazing. I don't know why. But 1.5 mil in that hourly or 2 hourly trip, I'm not quite sure. But still, at Bandos you make quite decent loot without a drop. So it's all good, noting those bones gave me 500k. So now comes the night before Kriara, which is the Armadyl boss. I decided to head down here just to test out some stuff, and I managed to get an Armadyl chain skirt. That's the third best drop here, I believe, worth about 8 mil, which is absolutely awesome. That's probably 1/4 of what I need to make this week. But unfortunately I actually died because I'm a noob. I died on the minions, which is a complete and utter mistake from me, because I thought I was fine. I was on about 2000 health, and then the mage minion actually hits 800s with magic, and it's ridiculous, and I find out I died. So that's quite unfortunate, but I managed to keep my chain skirt, so I kind of lost 4 mil but gained 8 mil, so it's all okay. And I also forgot a sign of life and grave extenders, and I also told someone to bless my grave, but he just waited till it despawned and then looted it, which is kind of stupid, but I guess that's the Runescape community. I guess some people are like that. But anyway, we went down to another trip and we got a starved ancient effigy, which for a second there, because of the massive beam of light, I thought it would have been a hilt or something, and I got really excited. And then ancient effigy, can't really complain, free XP. And then here comes the troll drops, so Armadyl buckler. That was really disappointing to get that, because it's 55k, and I know that it's the same drop rate as a chest plate or a hilt or something else other than that. And then I got the second least expensive, which is Armadyl gloves. Yes, it's still 2.5 mil, so I can't really complain, but the least expensive followed by the second least expensive isn't the best. But I guess that's the way it is, and I can't really determine which one it's going to be. But still made 3.5 mil in that 2 hour trip. So I managed to also get 2 God Sword shards, so that's awesome. And a crystal key, I didn't know you could get a crystal key by itself. But anyway, here's some Gladii loot. So rather than doing Rorarius, someone told me to do Gladius, and I decided to head down to them, and I made 10 mil in probably about 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I'm not quite sure. And yeah, so here's the loot, 2 Phoenix scales and some decent loots in the keys. And obviously at Gladii you get, 500k in the Addy bars, 500k in the mithril bars, so that's 1 mil, 500k in the maces, 500k in the longswords, and 500k in the plate legs, so 2.5 mil just made in those 5 items. So obviously Gladii over Rorari. But anyway, I decided to head down to Nex, and the second drop we got actually was some coal. The first drop was a Virtus Robe bottom. But yeah, our kills weren't that bad actually, it was decent, and we managed to head down here for 4 or 5 kills, the longest trip I've ever actually been on. And I'm slowly getting better at Nex actually. My best friend obviously in RuneScape is Gladii, and he did help me a lot with it. And he is used to duoing sometimes, or at least trioing with a mage DPS, so it's a bit unusual for him. When I was making mistakes as a melee DPS, he was getting a bit annoyed. But I guess it's just teething problems with all sorts of things, like attacking when she heals, not running when it says blood sacrifice, so she heals when she sacrifices my blood, I guess. All sorts of things, like getting on the wrong side on the shadow phase, so that when Gladii goes to hit and run, he gets attacked because I've already hit and run where he wants to hit and run, and he gets my shadow and he takes a lot of damage. And I think the last phase is probably the easiest, but you take a lot of damage. So it's the easiest to actually do, but it's kind of, in terms of food use, it is probably the most food, because you do get hit a lot. Even praying magic, you do get hit a lot. But anyway, we decide to head over to the Grand Exchange just to split it. And I've noticed in the 10-15 next kills I have got 2 drops, both of them being Virtus Robe bottoms, so I'm not sure what's with that, but both times it has been Gladii who's got it, because obviously he out DPS's me, because he has Malevolent and Serenic and other gear like that, and to be honest, I'm a noob at Nex still. But here he is giving me 516k in return to 2 Torstals, because he accidentally gave me more than he needed. But anyway, here's me just adding the final items into the tab, and this tab is now worth 30 mil, which is the equivalent of 3,000 airut bones, which is what I need for this weekend. Okay, so that's the end of all the clips. Now I'll do a price check of the tab before we sell it. So 5.2 mil on the first one. Obviously quite a lot of cash down the lower end of it from that Gladii trip. Obviously it's definitely worth it to do Gladii over Aurora. 2 God Sword Shards, which I was unlucky not to get actual God Wars items because they were from minions. But anyway, 5 mil in the first tab. Now let's see the next second one, and it's 26 mil. Obviously I'm highlighting the rare drops there. Armadyl loot, Gladii loot, and quite a lot of keys actually. I managed to pick up 2 Primus and 3 Quintus, which is obviously the most expensive ones. 7 mil in random cash from different bosses, and obviously the 5 mil split for the Virtus Road bottoms, what you got from Nex. And yeah, so that's probably the tab. 31 mil hopefully it will sell for. So I ended up selling for 31.7 mil. So now I'll buy 3,000 aero bones, which is the amount I can get done in 2 hours, which is enlightenment, with 3.5 mil to spare. So that will be carried over for next week's aura. And yeah, so that's this week's airuts done. And to be honest, I still can't believe I made 30 mil this week, seeing as I did put quite a bit of time into DKs with Phoenix Curse, because he is back from vacation now, so we can get on with that loot video and get cracking. I think we're about 200 kills off 1k, so then we can split the loot, and it looks like it will be enough for the week if we do manage to get it finished, so I can get on with some quests, so I don't have to spend all of my time PVMing. But besides that, my new interface, you may have noticed, has definitely been changed, and I'll be going more into that in a video probably on Monday, and maybe some more comparison videos on Tuesday or Wednesday, because I have been comparing it at DKs and Armadyl, because that's the 2 things that I've kind of been doing this week that have been bosses. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave it a like. Join me in Trend Chat, FatNooblet, join Gladii and Renown. My name is Snail Along, and I'll see you next time. Also, I will be getting nearly 93 prayer, but definitely 92 for that soul split this weekend, so that will give me some motivation to go and do those quests for soul split. Take care.